The Big Show with Night and Day for the best milkshakes, thick shakes, and super thick shakes.
Welcome.
This is big.
To the Hauraki Big Show.
Really big.
With Jason Hoyte, Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, g'day, you mad bastards. Great to have your company this Thursday afternoon, the 20th of March, 2025. And you, my friends, are listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night and Day. And Pugs sounds back. How you going, Pugs? You had your day off yesterday.
Man, I'm feeling good. Bit of it's still hanging around there physically, but I feel tip-top.
Okay, that's enough. Get out.
Okay.
Mogi, as always, mate, looking like a stallion. How's life?
Going pretty grousy, mad dog, you sick son of a bee. Just happy to be alive. We've got a bloody big show today, man. I just want to tell you that right off the bat. Straight off the bat, Keyzie, I just want to tell you that, all right?
Well, actually, just off the bat, if we're doing off the bat stuff, a huge announcement in terms of the big show.
Straight off the bat.
Straight off the bat.
There's going to be a huge announcement for the big
now?
show. No,
not right
it's going
now.
to be, it's going to be straight off the bat next break.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
And straight off the bat, we've got a huge interview coming up later in the show as well.
Massive.
With the absolute legend himself, Ben Elton.
Yeah, I am absolutely fizzing about that. As you know, Mogan, I know it's the same for you, Blackadder, the young ones. They were the foundation of our sort of comedy birth,
That's
really.
right.
So it is a real treat to speak to the great Ben Elton. Tell you what else is a real treat. Oh, Keyzie's wearing his little ducky hat. G'day, Keyzie. How's life?
It's really good, Jase. Life is good. Tell you what, interviewing Ben Elton, UK comedy legend. If you don't know who he is, he's probably written or been involved with some of the greatest all-time UK comedies, basically. So that got me fired up to come in here to work today. Plus the massive announcement that's happening shortly on the big show.
Oh,
it's a huge day.
Straight off the bat, it's
off
just
the bat,
huge.
It's off to a flyer.
Straight off the bat, you may want to sit down at the moment. What we'll do is we'll play a couple of tunes because after that we're going to make a huge announcement.
Is that going to be straight off the bat?
It'll be straight off the bat.
What about
Logie.
Whitesnake straight off the bat?
Yeah, well, let's start with a bit of Whitesnake straight off the bat, fellas.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Oh, yes, indeed. Weezer there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, 12 minutes past 4 o'clock. Are you sitting down, New Zealand? Are you sitting down? Because we, my friends, have breaking news.
This is breaking news.
Da-da-doosh. Here it is, Kiwis. The Big Show heading back to the Magic Round at the NRL in sunny Brisbane! But it's even better than that because you and a mate could be joining us, fellas. And I tell you what, the time we had there last time, magnificent. The 2nd to the 4th of May, can't wait.
It's going to be bloody huge. Last time was magnificent. We had an absolute ripper. Myself, Pugs, Keyzie, Jase embarrassed himself by going home on time. We changed our flights, Keyzie. We got on the hammer. We came back. Have only just recovered now in time to announce that we are going back.
We are going back again. For some reason, Boys Trap have decided to get us on board once again. The Warriors played on the Sunday. They beat the Panthers with an understrength team. Our flights were missed. The only flights home were premium economy the next day.
That's right.
Cost the company a fortune.
Premium economy. I didn't even knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell, man?
Oh, yeah.
Having said that, I got to travel back that night with the fellas and the Warriors. So that was pretty cool.
They didn't talk to you, though, did they?
Yeah, I know. We chatted and stuff. It was great stuff.
Who did you chat to? Tavita?
Tavita.
Tavanga. So we are offering once again for 2 people to join us. It is 8 games of rugby league back to back to back, 3 days over there in Brizzy at the home of rugby league, Suncorp Stadium. Whether you're in the stadium watching the games or where we felt most at home on Caxton Street.
Yeah.
The pubs there were out the gate. There's a Warriors one that is just before the Warriors game. The entire pub, it's 3 floors. It is chock full of about 500 to 1,000 Warriors fans.
It's the pub, the piss, and the punt over there, isn't it?
It sure is.
The 3 Ps.
It's all of those things, and it starts when the sun rises.
I've got to say it was my first time in Brizzy. Loved it. I've got to
Great.
say it was my first time at Suncorp Stadium. Bloody good stadium. And I've got to say they do a magnificent job of, was it 8 games over 2 days? days?
3 days.
3 days. Just magnificent, fellas.
It is magnificent. This prize, which we will be starting Monday, by the way. So listen out Monday. We've got to get the old Texas-Austin trip out the way first. We'll kickstart things Monday. Cue to calls will play. You just have to get ready to call 0800 Hauraki and have Hauraki on, of course, to get yourself in the draw. But the prize includes flights, hotel, access to all 16 games, and, of course, you'll be travelling and staying with the big show. It's going to be one hell of a weekend.
And actually, you literally stayed with the backbones that came with us last time, didn't you, Keyzie? You slept on their couch on the last night.
Well, that's the thing. If you do win this prize, just keep it in the back of your mind that you might have me and old Pugs crashing in your apartment because we missed our flights home.
Beautiful. Here's Alice in Chains.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
In excess there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. The time is 22 minutes past 4 o'clock. Just to let people know, that competition to join us at the Magic Round starts on Monday.
Yeah.
Where you phone in.
That's right, 0800 Hauraki. Stay listening to Hauraki, of course, for your best chance. And we've still got Austin, Texas first.
Yeah, we still do, man.
To give away with the Breakfast Boys. Another cuter call coming up shortly, actually, so keep an ear out.
Fellas, I don't know if you know this, but I recently went on a trip to Vietnam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Vietnam.
Haven't you?
Is it nice?
Highly recommended. Highly recommended.
That's
How
good,
many
man.
buzzies?
Out of 5.
Out of 5 buzzies?
Yeah, how many buzzies?
I'd give it 4 buzzies.
Right.
Yeah,
Only 4?
buzz- 4 1/4 buzzy.
Why does it lose 3/4 of a buzzy?
Oh, because I got sick at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Vietnam's fault.
Vietnam's fault, yeah.
I actually, in all seriousness, think I've got a bowler.
Yeah, I
but
think so.
we won't talk about that now. I don't want to freak you guys out and get all concerned about Hoytey J.
Nah, I'm sweet.
No fears there.
No, but what I wanted to talk to you about was the old Airbnb.
Right.
Okay? Because while I was over in Vietnam, we used the old Airbnb. There's Hoytey J joined up for the first time, by the way.
So you
What
were
a
booking
shock.
it.
That's a shock to me. Yeah, so you went down with Airbnb over the last sort of 10, 15 years?
I was down with Book a Batch, but
Oh.
not Airbnb. So that was all good, and I booked us some beautiful places. I also booked us an absolute shithole, and I found myself on the horns of a dilemma. And my dilemma was this: I had my first Airbnb experience. The place was majestic, magnificent. Wrote a glowing review, got a glowing review in return from the person that owned the place.
Feel good?
Felt really good. So we went to the second place. It was terrible. It was abysmal. It was run down. It was rancid. It was mouldy. It was down a
Dirty.
dirty,
That's the
filthy
thing.
alleyway. It was serious. And I'm not joking. At the bottom of the stairwell was just a huge pile of rubbish.
Wow.
And we were like, what the
If you wanted that, you would have just stayed at your place, right?
Jase,
Jase.
you would have stayed home if you
would
wanted
have
to
stayed
stay in
home
a
if you-
shithole.
You were saying off air.
Obviously. I mean, I made an effort and I was going overseas. But no, it was genuinely bad. So bad because we'd booked it for 2 nights. That
Yeah.
we stayed there one night and I said, I can't abide this. We're not staying here another night. So I booked another place, which turned out to be good. But then I found the horns of my dilemma with this. It was like, now, when it comes to reviewing this Airbnb, am I going to be honest about it and say this was really, really bad? And as a consequence of that, she's going to probably retaliate. And I'd seen it, a few people have written a few bad things about the place and give me a really bad review. So I'd had 2 reviews on Airbnb. One would be good, one would be bad. Do I be truthful about it and say what it was really like, or do I lie just so she'll give me a good review?
I think the trick is no matter what it's like, no matter what the experience is like, no matter how good, no matter how bad, you always say it was awful. Always.
Oh.
So why is that?
Well, what you want to do is just bring down the star rating.
Right.
Just bring it down a little bit, and that might affect the price long term, so you're helping out the next person. Also, in this instance, the fact that it was a dump, you've got an obligation to your fellow traveller to be honest. And because you're inexperienced about using Airbnb, what you don't know is that it's a blind process when you are rating something. So
Right,
they
okay.
are rating you at the same time you're rating them, but they don't get to see your rating until they've done your rating. So they can't go, oh, he doesn't like me, so I don't like him.
They can respond to yours, though, I'm pretty sure.
They can respond and say, well, I disagree on the points that you're making because you are a scumbag. I hate you. You're from New Zealand. You smoke cigarettes inside.
I did. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's actually good to know, genuinely.
The other way to look at it, Jase, is you're never going to see these people again. You're never going to be in Vietnam again, probably. What do you care if someone else stays there? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's another way to look at it.
You could
it's a fellow traveller. It's your fellow traveller,
Yeah, well, that's
Keyzie.
what was really
You want to try and look after them.
That's what was really bugging me.
And was it bugging you because...
So it wasn't bugging you?
It was bugging him. And it was...
bugging me!
Jesus, in your own time, Keyzie. Bloody hell.
The computer lagged, but I think it was funnier.
Because I've lost my train of thought.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Well, you'll be happy to know that I gave her 5 buzzies and a glowing review.
I didn't know Airbnb did the buzzy rating.
And also got a glowing review in return.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, so I feel really good about myself.
Well, 3483, honest Airbnb reviews, do you give them? Because in my opinion, to be fair, if you're going to review something negatively, if you had a bad time somewhere, even a restaurant or something, you should be doing positive reviews when you have positive experiences.
And no review when you don't?
Sure.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. One small step for man, one giant leap backwards for mankind. Join Jerry, Mania, and ACC head G Lane for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour.
Oh, she's getting close, fellas. Getting close. It's the last day, isn't it?
It is the last day today, Jay, so I think we might actually do another one later on in the show.
Oh, yeah, I think we're going to double up.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea, actually.
And also, I think they're drawing it tomorrow on the Breakfast Show.
I was thinking about this, fellas, and I was thinking, why don't we just draw it today?
Mike, that is brilliant.
That's genius.
That
we
is
can
a really
cut
good
their lunch.
idea.
Yeah.
Let's cut their lunch.
I reckon we cut their lunch.
Yeah, totally, man. Hey, let's go to the phone lines. G'day, Mike, you mad bastard. How's life?
Pretty good, man.
I'm good, mate. How are you fellas?
Yeah, good.
Really
thanks,
good, Mike.
mate.
Thank you.
Mike, hey.
Hey, tell me, Mike, what do you do for a crust?
I'm a bloody builder, mate.
You're a bloody backbone!
Phone for a while now.
Yeah, good on you, mate. What are you building at the moment?
Oh, houses.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing big, eh? No big deal, just some houses.
Just whacking a house together, no worries at all.
Yeah,
Well, I feel very confident, Mike, that you'll be able to hold your own with Minogue, Jerry, and that filth that is G Lane.
I've been training since I was about 13, so I reckon I'm up to the challenge.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you, Mike.
good
Your
stuff.
backbone. Sounds good, man.
Yeah, massive backbone.
Hey, well, the good news is, Mike, not only are you in the draw for that trip, you've also won yourself $100.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, fellas.
No worries,
No
Mike.
worries, mate.
Fellas.
Lovely, man.
Sounds like a pretty straight up sort of fella, doesn't
I
he,
think
old
so,
mate?
yeah.
Good on you, mate. Stay on the line, and old Pugs son in Studio B will look after you, no worries.
He sounds like he might be a distributor of CPs, though, eh?
CPs, man. I haven't heard that reference for a long time.
It's often the way too, you know, the quiet ones, the sort of polite ones.
Exactly.
You know, they get a few beers.
Yeah. All good, all good.
Oh,
Next
gee.
thing you know,
Get a bit of handsy.
Yeah.
So what's handsy?
Oh. All the people to ask me that question.
Well, you know, because we're talking about CPs, which for people that don't know are coward punches, but then you're saying they're getting handsy.
They can do both. You know what I mean?
Sounds like a great time.
They do a CP and then get handsy.
That sounds like something someone could go to prison for. Hey, make sure you keep an ear out later on in the show. We'll play the cue to call again. 0800 Hauraki is the number to call. Literally your last chance to get in the draw for this. It's all thanks to Export Ultra, the beer for here. 6 nights in Austin, Texas. Flights, accommodation, everything taken care
Have
of.
we cleared that with management, Keyzie?
What's that?
That we're going to do another call later on?
Actually, I don't think we have.
We'll just do it anyway, eh? Because we're bad boys.
Are we going to cut their lunch as well?
Yeah, we're going to cut their lunches, man.
Gonna
We're
eat their
bad
lunches.
boys.
Because we're bad boys.
Should we go to Texas for them as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's
do
do
that.
Okay.
Let's cut their lunches,
Let's
man.
cut their lunch, man, straight off the bat.
Here's the Rolling Stones.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Green Day there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. The time is 4:47. Let's talk TV.
What's on the telly with Mike Minogue?
Yeah. Hey, I forgot to tell you this, Jase, but when we were in Hokitika, down at the Wild Foods Festival there. I met a woman there, and we got to chatting and everything down at the festival there. Very cordial. Anyway, she gave me a hug to say goodbye. She put her hand right up my backside, right up there. Is that acceptable, do you think?
In your nurse.
Yep.
Like squeeze your ass.
Yeah, it grabbed my but actually really drove her digits. Do you know what I mean?
Is this TV chat?
Is that the go?
I mean, I'd love it, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It was surprising to me.
Well, it's not surprising to me. I mean, you're a stallion.
How many buzzers out of 5 would you give it?
4.
And 1 thumb.
A thumb, yeah. Hey, last night I watched a TV show on Netflix called Adolescence. Seen the first 2 episodes now. And now, Jase, even though you've started watching it, what you won't realise, it's pretty good, isn't it?
It is very good.
It's in every episode, Keyzie, is 1 shot. So it's an hour long.
Right.
It's about a girl who's been murdered, as these things always seem to be. And it starts off with police raiding a house and arresting a young teenage boy that went to school with this girl. And so it follows the family as the raid's happening, and then it's 1 shot, goes to the police station, all this stuff goes on. It's 1 shot. What's amazing about this is they often do this as a sort of a trick in different films.
Yes.
But there's always hidden edit points that you don't know about. This has got no hidden edit points at all. An entire hour of drama, which is really complex movements. It's 1 shot. The first episode, they did it in 2 takes. They obviously rehearsed the hell out of it.
Yes.
The one that took the longest was one of the episodes. There's only 4 episodes. Took 16 attempts to get it right in 1 take.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it's still good. It's not just a gimmick.
It's really good.
It's and this is the thing. We only watched the first episode.
Yeah.
My wife was really struggling at the end of it because she just didn't believe it was 1 shot.
Right.
Yeah. So she was going, was that really just 1 shot? But it was so brilliantly done. You're right. But furthermore, I mean, it's very easy to get distracted by the cleverness of this. The performances and the show itself really good.
That's right, and I do question whether you need to do 1 shot. That's amazing,
yes.
But does it really help the storytelling? Probably not.
Not particularly, but it's very clever how they do it.
What that does, though, is make me think, oh, wow, I should check that out.
It is unbelievable. It goes from handheld to the camera travels over banks.
Oh my god!
It ends up on drones and doing aerial shots and tracking cars down the street. So it's a technical masterpiece, but the drama side of it is really good. It's got Stephen Graham, I think his name is. You'll recognise him from lots of British films. Snatch, I think, was the first one he did. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yes.
He also was in The Irishman. He's a very good actor. He wrote and created the show. Definitely worth watching.
Yeah.
And I think it's good, but I tell you what, she's pretty heavy.
Yeah, very heavy.
She's pretty heavy. I don't think it's the sort of thing you'll watch twice. You don't go, geez, I might sit down and watch Adolescence again.
Yeah. Well, that's why we just did the 1 episode, and I went, that'll do for now.
Oh, yeah, we do.
That'll do for now. Keyzie?
I watched another episode of...
No, I was going to say we've run out of time.
No, that's not... I've bought a hotel help. It's like a show where people buy an old hotel and do it up.
Definitely run out of time.
No, but just quickly. So you know how I watch Grand Designs, right? They spend all their money and then they've got a house. In this one,
God.
you spend all your money, you work really hard, and then at the end of it, you have to run a hotel and do people's washing, cook them food. That's the payoff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's a good question.
TVNZ Plus,
good question
though.
for another day.
Check it out. It's really good.
It's Skid Row.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Skid Row there to finish off the hour. Now coming up after 5 o'clock. It's huge, fellas. We got the Big Show Improv because we didn't do Improv yesterday because Keyzie had his first ever sex chat, which was quite hot.
Sorry, that's a sex telephone line. If you missed it, check out the podcast from yesterday.
Also coming up, the comedy legend that is Ben Elton.
That's right. If you've never heard of Ben, he was part of the writing team for legendary sitcoms back in the 80s like Blackadder, The Young Ones, The Thin Blue Line, all that sort of stuff. He's written a crap load of novels. He's directed stage plays. He's done so much stuff.
He's also Sir Ben Elton, so we need to remember that when introducing him. Okay, guys? Let's just remember that.
Oh.
It's important.
He
is a knight of the realm.
Is he actually?
He's been knighted by the Queen, so, you know. Credit where credit's due. All right, so we'll just try and remember that.
Yeah,
fellas.
definitely. I'll put that in the old list there and make sure I don't bloody make a blooper like that. Good God, what a terrible way to start that would be.
Yeah. Or thinking he's in a movie that he's not in. That would be embarrassing as well. Let's not do
Yeah,
that.
totally. Hey, all that after 5 o'clock.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, welcome back, you massive backbones. How's Thursday treating you? Text Hoytey J on 3483. I mean, not Hoytey J. I mean, text to 3483 and tell Hoytey J how Thursday's treating you.
So you don't want to set up like if they text Hoytey J to 3483, they get like a voucher or something?
No, I mean, they possibly could.
Night and
I
day
mean,
voucher, that's
everyone
a
that
good idea.
texts in does get a night and or could
No, that's
possibly,
not how it works.
Could possibly get a night and
They're
day
in the
voucher.
draw for one, aren't they?
Hey, speaking of which, this show is brought to you by Night and Day.
Just at the moment at Night and Day as well, I got the old Night and Day milk bar card. Every 6th shake, free.
Every what?
Six shake.
Every 6th shake is free. Milkshake, thick shake, super thick shake, you
Wow.
name it. They got it.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
So good, man. Pugs. What was wrong with you yesterday, by the way, man? Why did you call in sick? What was going on? Big
just
weekend, huh? Bit of shagging. Bit exhausted.
Sorry, did you want to save that for your old pal Keyzie over there, man?
Oh, no, he doesn't make love anymore.
No, not like you, man.
Just a bit of a head cold, fellas, nothing major.
Yeah,
you can
sure.
hear a little bit still hanging around there, but I
Yeah.
feel
You should probably
feel
be
great.
at home, but
What's
all
that?
good.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have come in the studio and potentially infected us all.
I took one day, man. I didn't think that was very selfish of me, like some of the other workers around here, eh? What were you guys saying yesterday?
Were you
on here?
saying yesterday, Pugs, that all females are selfish?
Hang on, I listened to the show.
That was shocking
I
from
wasn't
you, Pugs.
here.
He called in on 0800 Hauraki.
Cool, I think you've said enough, Pug, son.
Yeah,
Jesus.
mate, get out. I mean, I had to go up to Bogsy last night, fellas. I don't know if you know this, and just cover old Pugsan's ass there
After the show.
after the show.
So at 7 o'clock we finished and Bogsy was still at work.
Oh,
He's a
always at work,
backbone. He
mate.
is, man.
That's how you get to be top management, Keyzie. You don't fart around until 7 o'clock and then bugger off, mate. Like
we all do.
You losers. Hey, now coming up next is a big show improv. Also, legend Ben Elton, comedian. We'll be talking to him after 5:30.
If you've got any ideas for the Big Show Improv, let us know on 3483 and you could win yourself a $50 night and day voucher.
June.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and
The
Keyzie.
fat beats of Everlast there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. The time is 5:15, which means it's time for this.
Quiet on set.
Sound speed!
Lights.
Camera!
Action.
Now it's time for the Big Show Improv!
That's right, a little bit of improv here. This came about because Keyzie's an aspiring actor. Jason and I, of course, well established thespians, and we thought we'd run these improvs to give Keyzie a little bit of experience.
Yes.
Thought there might be somebody out there, a producer or director, that hears something like this and then cast you, Keyzie.
How?
Hasn't happened yet, man. I mean,
Nah.
there's been plenty of opportunities, but they've all been butchered in one way or another.
Yeah, I feel like I'm giving it a fairly good crack.
Oh,
I feel
you
like
are.
I'm giving it my all. How often do you have to improv in an acting situation?
A lot.
Yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a good skill to sort of,
Yeah,
be good at.
it's very easy. It's easier for us to practice improv than it is for us to practice scripted stuff. You know, that's an extra skill that you'll be able to bring to the table, Keyzie.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But I want you to really get into the character today, all right? I don't want you to just be Keyzie that is this thing.
Okay.
I want it to be a whole new character, a whole new world.
Okay.
Today you're going to be a travel agent, mate.
A travel agent, okay.
Hoytey J over here is going to come in, and he's looking to go to Vietnam.
Oh, God, okay.
He's not going to bang on about it. He's only going to mention it once. or
Okay,
twice,
good.
All right.
And so are you Hoytey J or are you a customer?
I'll just be a punter, I suppose.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
good on
sure,
you.
sure.
What's your name? Your name's Daryl,
Daryl.
Yeah,
I was going to say Randy, but no, Daryl's fine.
and you work in women's clothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 All right,
And
here we
what's
go.
my name?
Oh, yours is Sandra, and you work at a
Okay.
travel.
Okay, Sandra. Okay, all right, here we go.
In action.
Bling. Oh, g'day, mate. How you going?
Hi there, sir. Sorry, just one moment. Sorry, what was that? Hi, I'm Sandra. Nice to meet you. What can I do for you?
Well, listen, I was just chatting to a mate, and he's just been for a trip to Vietnam, and it sounds like an extraordinary place. So I was pretty keen to see what it's all about, and I thought, I could just organise it myself and sign up for Airbnb and all that sort of stuff, and my wife and I could do it. And then I was thinking about that and thinking, God, we never bloody agree on anything.
Cool, so when do I come into this whole thing? When do I fit into this?
We never agree on anything. But so I thought I'd come along to a travel agent, see what they suggest, because the one thing I've heard about Vietnam is bloody crazy over there, like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, just bustling all the time. And I was really looking for a bit of a culture shock, mate. You know, I want to go from sort of humble farm town New Zealand into the hustle and bustle.
I'll just interrupt you there. Keyzie, you're not doing very good improv here, man.
I'm finding it hard to get into the scene. Mike, can we just pick it up? We'll just pick the scene back up. And what is it, Randy? No, Daryl. Maybe Daryl just shuts up a wee bit, just a wee bit, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also heard that this place, Hoi An, which is
all of a sudden, Daryl's wife bursts into the travel agent.
Oh, g'day,
ding,
love.
ding, ding, ding.
What are you doing here?
More like, what are you doing here?
Oh, g'day, I'm Sandra. Welcome to my travel agent.
You shut your mouth, Sandra. How long have you been seeing Sandra?
Oh, no, we're not together.
Shut up, Sandra.
How
long have you been seeing Sandra?
Couple of weeks.
No, Richie, what are you talking about? We've literally just met. You've punished me about Vietnam.
Why have you told Sandra your name's Daryl? Your name's Richie, it's Daryl.
It's Daryl. I mean, all those times we made love, I can't believe that.
What are you talking about, Daryl?
You're calling me Richie all of a sudden. Who the hell's Richie?
No.
Are you having an affair, Sandra?
And cut. That was amazing.
Yeah.
And how many times has that played out at travel agents all over the world?
Unbelievable.
Can I just say, I felt like I couldn't really get into the character.
Do you know what's happened there is you've been partnered with an actor who's extraordinarily selfish.
It felt that way.
It was. And you were right to call it out, Keyzie.
And then,
shocking, Jase.
And then I felt like it didn't get any better once the minor character, the wife, came in.
Yeah, well, she was horrible as well because she was just telling your character to shut up.
Yeah, I thought that was really rude, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. But the trouble is, when you get into character, what are you going to do about it?
That's right, and you just got to roll with what you've been served.
Daryl, who works in women's clothing, who wants to go to Vietnam, he's a speed addict, so he'd had heaps of drugs. He couldn't shut his mouth. Yeah,
well, you should have. We've been making love for the last couple of weeks.
No, we haven't.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and Keyzie.
Love me a bit of Jimmy on a Thursday afternoon, fellas.
It is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, you seem to be in pretty good feather, feather, I should say. You're pretty upbeat, you seem well, man.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I have been feeling a bit grody this week, and for the last sort of an hour, I've felt a bit better.
Yeah, I was thinking, because you'd probably be able to take the breakfast boys out for that steak dinner.
I mean, not that good.
Yeah, you want to be better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I
mean, I know you backbone's probably got the infection already, so
I feel like something's coming on in me. Actually,
yeah. You look like it too. Actually, looking a bit green.
Actually, no, I'm feeling better. Maybe we all do it.
Actually,
fellas, just quickly, if you don't mind. I think, was it yesterday or the day before, I brought something up. It was to do with my wife's cake. 3 years ago, she baked me a birthday cake. I brought some in for you guys. You tried it, and on air, you said it was dry.
Everybody in the office calls it that dry-ass cake.
No one says that, Mike. No one talks like that.
Everyone.
Mr. T
guy
is
who's
not
always
in the
talking
office.
about crackers.
Mr. T is not out in the office, all right? So, yes, I believe it was Tuesday's show. I said, can you just go on the record as saying that her cake isn't dry and that you guys were joking about it?
Yeah. Lie.
You said you'd owe us one for lying.
No, I didn't say I'd owe you one for lying.
Come on, fellas, I'll owe you one.
No, because what happened is her manager at work, he put two and two together, realised she was my wife, and then said, "Oh, so
therefore
you make
she must make
really dry cake."
Dry cake, yeah.
And then she came home, told me about it straight away. Was a wee bit upset, and so I came to you guys. I said, "Please, can you just say on air, just for the record, that you were making a joke 3 years ago? Her cake wasn't dry." You then decided, Mike, to say that she made the wettest cake in all of New Zealand. It's barely cooked. There's stuff flowing around everywhere, which isn't an improvement.
Wet-ass cake.
She got that wet cake. Is what you were saying yesterday on Tuesday's show, sorry.
I just remember it dripping on the floor.
It didn't drip on the floor.
On the carpet there.
You said it was over-iced, Jase, which is not true.
Massively over-iced.
No, it wasn't. It was perfect.
And I hate marzipan.
Yes.
It didn't have marzipan on it. You're just making stuff up now.
Yeah.
Anyway, This isn't an argument about the cake. I've just found out that Pugs has decided to turn it into a social media clip.
Yes.
So that's going to go up on our Instagram this evening, probably.
Yeah.
People are going to watch that, have a bit of a laugh, and it's going to be, Keizie's wife has soggy cake.
Wet ass cake.
Can you just say for the record that Keizie's wife's cake is actually really nice, and that we were just joking
I can't even
around.
remember what flavour it was.
I just remember there was foul bits of nut and stuff in it.
That's
No.
right.
And
She doesn't put nuts in her cake.
If you can imagine eating a wet, moist-ass cake with big
dry
chunks
bits
of,
in
like,
it.
walnut in it.
That was the weird thing about it, right? I've never had a cake that was so moist as to be defined as wet. And yet somehow there were these really dry spots in it.
Bits of walnut and cashew.
So you're suggesting that my wife made me a birthday cake, which was so runny it was pretty much like mousse almost, and just had chunks of nut in
God,
it.
that would have been nice if it was mousse.
Yeah, I mean, I
love
like a mousse. I'm a big fan of mousse.
You don't want my wife's mousse. It's super dry, actually. Hey, up next, Ben Elton. That's exciting.
Massive.
Can't wait.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Yes, indeed, Incubus there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this glorious Thursday afternoon. And what an absolutely special treat we have for you this afternoon. He is a comedy legend.
That's right.
And I don't say that lightly.
But loudly.
But I say it very loudly. I'm talking about the one, the only, the great Ben Elton. Ben, first and foremost, mate, welcome to Radio Hauraki. Welcome back to New Zealand. How's life?
Pleasure. Well, life is good. I'm getting towards the end of a very, very long stand-up tour. I was played Adelaide just the night before last. Flew over here. I'm doing a big day of press, culminating in the glory, which is this interview.
Yes.
And then I'll be straight back to the lounge, and I shall get on the fizz and get on a plane back to Sydney, and I'll play Sydney tomorrow night because I'm not on social media, so the only way I can tell people I'm on tour is to come and chat to old media.
Yeah, and you've had a long and storied career for many, many decades. I hate to point it out to you. You probably hate it. And you probably hate, well, not hate, but people banging on to a degree, and especially when you come over and you speak to people for the first time about the Blackadders and the Young One years. For me, when I was growing up, and I think for all of New Zealand, we're so heavily influenced by British comedy, especially of that time, hugely.
NZ media, just like Oz media, doesn't like pick up British stuff the way it used to, because obviously those ties, which were once very strong, and are fading as inevitably as all the countries change and changing their demographics. And so my more recent work, which has been seen in Britain, doesn't go straight onto Oz and NZ telly anymore.
Yeah.
But look, mate, I'm telling you the truth. I'm thrilled to acknowledge that work. You don't get as lucky as I got and then take it for granted. I mean, I was involved in some truly great comedy with some truly great people. I put my bit in, but I was working with the best, writing jokes for Rick Mail, it's not much jokes, writing comedy dialogue for Rick Mail, for Ryan Atkinson, for Jennifer and Dawn. It was a wonderful time. And I love the fact that it seeped into the culture, that language, because language is what I'm about. I'm a wordsman, I'm a writer. And the fact that you still hear echoes of Young One's language.
Oh, yes.
You get it, farty, you're a virgin or whatever. And also Blackadder, you're as small as a very small thing that's got a degree in being small. It's like, it's still there. And I can't, it's a wonderful thing to feel that. And every time anyone says thanks for the Blackadder or the Young Ones, I feel great, and I'm humbled.
That's nigh on 40 years. I mean, the ritual that I had was we'd watch it on a Wednesday night. I think it was on at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Come in the next day, and the rest of the class would have to work while the teacher and I broke down every single scene from Blackadder the night before. And it's been such a huge influence, and for all of us in this room, and to the point where last year we rewatched all of Blackadder from season 1 all the way through.
Well,
and it still is some of the funniest television ever created. So for you to be over in England making that stuff and to have it influence the other side of the world and still to be influencing what our output is now. It must be.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't dwell on it when I do.
No.
You know, I don't think about it, and I don't watch the stuff. That I mean, I don't know anybody who does really. I don't imagine. You know, I presume musicians don't go back listening to their songs. I certainly haven't watched a whole episode of the Blackadder since we finished
You've got
making
to check
it.
it out. It's great.
You should check it out,
very
Ben.
good,
It's
Ben.
bloody funny, mate.
I certainly haven't watched any young ones because that doesn't. You know, you see the odd bit and you think, look, I know what we were doing. It was fun at the time, but it actually hasn't lived. You know, it was of its time, and Young Ones was much more about being young in the early 80s. Adder is more universal. I think we would write pretty much the same sort of show now as we did then. Yeah. Whereas if I couldn't do anything like the Young Ones anymore because I'm not young. I don't have that connection with being young, and we were really looking at young people in the 80s, all the pretensions and the fashions, and it was a wonderful, fun thing to do. And we had a lot of fun doing it. Well, it was hard work, but I don't think it stands up in the same way. I mean, I haven't watched a whole episode, but I mean, I thought half of it was shit the first time around. I mean, if I do watch a bit of it, all I'm thinking is, oh, God, that's still as crap as it was when we first did it, you know, because obviously I'm critical of it. It wasn't all perfect by any means. Even the Adder's got lots of dull bits in, and none of them are my fault. You know, that was all the actors messing with me and my Richard's brilliant scripts, thinking they were improving it when they weren't. But anyway, let's not get onto that.
No, I tell you what we're going to do, Ben. We'll go to a tune and we're going to get back and talk about your modern stuff, the stuff you're doing at the moment.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Queen there on the radio. Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon. We have comedy legend Ben Elton in the studio with us. Ben, we were reflecting on, in that last break, of course, your shows, Blackadder, The Young Ones, etc., etc. It's a vastly different world we live in now. So where is Ben Elton now in this crazy, mad, insane world that we're inhabiting?
Well, you know, it was pretty crazy and mad. You know, back my generation grew up under the shadow of the bomb. It seems the bomb's back, but it went away for a while. You know, I think crazy's always been in fashion, which is why comedy's always useful. I mean, I'm unpacking, as young people say. I'm unpacking the commonality of human absurdity. I mean, I think that's what good comedy should do, looking into the sort of ridiculousness of who and what we are. We don't know who we are. We can't look after our planet. So I'm still doing what I've always done. I'm leaning, that's another word young people use, I'm leaning more into stand-up. I took a long time off stand-up, bringing up kids, got more into novels, did musicals. You just played a bit of Queen. I mean, God, you know, how lucky have I been to actually work with Queen?
I know, I wanted to ask about that.
Well,
Jase.
okay.
Well, hang on.
We don't hear from the mute in the corner. What's going on?
Well, so we've got Ben Elton, comedy legend, and the reason why I specifically asked for a Queen song to be there is because I think 2 decades ago you produced We Will Rock You, which ran on Broadway and all around the world, a Queen musical, which you then starred in later on as well, on stage.
Yeah, I played it. I was such a tart. I played the sort of old hippie guru. I cast myself. It was a tough audition. I looked in the mirror, I said, you're great. And look, We Will Rock You is something that's been a massive part of my life. Brian and Roger and I.
Well, that's the thing. You worked with Brian May and Roger Taylor.
Continually. I got an email from Brian May this morning.
That's amazing.
We're in constant touch. We became very close friends. And, you know, it's my story and my book and their music. But they worked with me. I directed, but they were hands-on the whole time. Yeah, it's a really wonderful friendship. And, of course, as a fanboy, which I sure am, I mean, God, anyone who says, you know, I don't like Queen is like saying you don't like the Beatles. You know, that's just a pose. You might not like one track or another, but, I mean, their work is so eclectic and so broad, there's got to be something you like in there, otherwise you're lying. You know, I'm a fan. I left home when I was 16, and I was a lonely boy trying to study drama, living in a caravan on my own, and Queen were at number one with Bohemian Rhapsody for the whole first term I was away. I mean, they're part of my fan DNA. And then one day I got a call from their manager saying, look, we're thinking of doing a sort of story using their music. Do you want to try and come up with something? And oh my God, did I? And it's been a huge part of my life. Still going on. I'm going to be directing a big new production in Stuttgart.
If you'd like to see Ben Elton with Authentic Stupidity, starting in Hamilton, April 19th, you're doing Rotorua as well, Tauranga, Wellington, Auckland, Napier, Dunedin, Christchurch.
Jeez.
Even that, I would be knackered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exhausting.
I did 105 in Britain. Now, that's 6 shows a week, and I do 200, do 2.5 hours each night. All new material. Yeah. It's just me. Never had a support. I work without a support. I have tight underpants, but no support.
Well, you should get you should get Jason to MC
I can show
for
you
you.
what I got
He
there.
could throw down a strong 20. I don't know. I need all the time to myself. Look, coming back to New Zealand, the first interview I ever did in New Zealand, it's changed a lot. The cultural cringe was so big there. I did an interview to publicise my novel Stark. It's in 1989, and the first time I'd ever been to New Zealand. First interview I did. The interviewer said, "Geez, mate, your career must be crap if you come to talk to us." And I thought, wow, that is, I'd have been very dry. Or frankly, you need to big yourself up a bit, mate.
Sure.
Anyway,
But English people don't like that, English people never big themselves up. That's the opposite.
Well, actually, plenty of them do. They just do it subtly.
Right.
I always have this out with Stephen. Stephen's so much better at being English than I am.
Who's Stephen?
Stephen Fry.
Oh, of course.
We're both kind of not. We're both children of refugees, both half Jewish. We're very similar. But he looks like a Patricia. He should be in Brideshead Revisited, you know what I mean? Because he's very good at being English. And so, when he got a novel out, he'll do the English. Oh, it's awful. Don't buy it. I'm embarrassed. And everybody loves him. And I've got a novel out. I say, it's brilliant. It's the best thing I've ever done. And everybody thinks, what a wanker. So I've got to learn to be more English. But at 65, I don't think I'll manage it.
Yeah. Good on you, Ben. Well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in the studio. Enjoy your tour across New Zealand. Are you sold out? I'm picking you probably already have.
No, I'm not already sold out. Why do you think I'll be talking to you?
You will be after this.
I love to come and talk to you. But no, there are some tickets still available. But listen, we've extended the tour.
Yes.
I mean, I've added a lot of dates because if people want to see me, I will come and play for them. So
beautiful.
Yeah. Come and get a ticket and come and have a great night of stand-up comedy.
livenation.co.nz, Ben Elton, Authentic Stupidity. It's going to be hitting the whole of New Zealand really April through May as well. Ben, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for that very professional outro. I love you. Not sure about the other two.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jase, Mike and Keyzie. Tune in weekdays at 4 on Radio Hauraki.
Sure is Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue and now Keyzie.
Sure
Great
is,
to have
man.
your company this Thursday evening. You're listening to The Big Show, brought to you by Night.
Yeah.
Mogi.
Strong finish.
It started really
It
well.
was really good.
Doing it,
man.
though?
It was really good. And then
I was
you
the
just
star of the show
butchered
then.
it.
What's with you going so high?
Did you like that? Well, you don't have to go high. You can also go low.
Yeah, I don't know.
He doesn't have the
Doesn't
It's
work.
too
testicles
much
for
for
it.
if
I
it's
do
too
not.
much
Well,
for
I've
you,
got the
man.
testicles for it, not the voice.
Now listen,
Sorry, Pugs, you've got food on your cheek just on.
No, that's for later.
Yeah.
Okay.
listen. We've got the podcast outro, but we've got a bonus podcast today, don't we, Pugsan? I don't know if it's today or you might release
It
it
is
some
today.
other time.
We don't know.
But it's an
There's no way to know,
Well, I
Pug.
know.
It's the-
And it's today.
It's the full interview of Ben Elton, isn't it?
That's right. It's the full uncut version that's going to go up just with the other potties at 7:30 p.m. tonight, wherever you get your podcasts.
Wow.
I recommend iHeartRadio.
It's an hour
right.
long.
Good stuff.
It's a big podcast, that one.
It's massive. Now, in terms of the other podcast we did today, what did you run with today, Pugsan?
It was one of our more sophisticated, knowledgeable clips, I'll say that.
Oh. So you would trust me to make you an egg Sammy, Keyzie?
Well, now that you put that thought in my head, do you trust me?
Given what I've just been talking about?
Oh, I thought you were going to like it or something.
Well, I do in my egg sandwiches, yeah.
That's a secret ingredient.
Does no one do that?
Oh, yeah, this is going to play on the radio tonight, by the way, as the little clip on the radio.
That'll be the clip. No?
Yeah, going to play out across the nation.
Sandwich Hoyte,
Everyone's going to know you in your own sandwiches.
and you love it.
You live 50 metres away from a dairy. You'd rather do that than go get more mayo.
What in my
Yeah, that was filth.
It's my secret ingredient, a bit of curry powder there on the old egg Sammys, fellas.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because it was such a secret, I had to bleep it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
sound like you were saying curry powder.
Didn't it?
It sounded like you were saying something starting with J, but I couldn't hear the rest of it.
Right, okay.
Hoytey J.
Hey,
Up
That's
next.
what the J stands for.
Oh, is it? Really? Let's start that as a thing. Up next, What's for Tea Leftovers Edition. All right? So don't text anything through because we're using last night's texts.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Guns. Roses there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday afternoon, but right now it's time for...
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Text here from Steve. What's for Tea New Zealand with me, Keyzie.
Well, that's not what it is.
No, it's not. This is What's for Leftovers New Zealand.
Yeah.
Did you not make a sting for that before you decided
Jase,
to change it,
I don't make
Keyzie?
the stings. Pakistan does. And if you want one, we have to ask him. He's not a mind reader.
Well, I recall asking him earlier in the day, actually. You did.
He just mouthed the words F off through the window to you.
Well, you did actually
Hang on,
mention it
Jase.
to him.
Jase, you've been putting a lot of pressure on him. You've also been talking about that movie thing that we're doing, the movie countdown, and how we still haven't got a sting for that after 3 months. And I just think you need to back off.
Back off, Pugsan.
I feel like this is cutting into valuable leftovers chat time.
Well, just on leftovers chat,
Oh,
I had
God.
genuine leftovers tonight. We had a split chicken last night.
Oh,
and today,
how'd you split it?
And today I made... I made my specialty Hoytey J spicy chicken soup.
What's the J stand for?
Hey, so the way this works, apparently this segment is so good, we decided ages ago that every now and then we should do a leftovers edition where we take the texts from last night's
That's
What's
right.
for Tea and then we decide what they could do with the leftovers for today.
This is the second time we've done it. It's going off.
It is going off. So someone here is having chicken tortillas.
They should have chicken soup.
Chicken soup. There you go. So take the leftover chicken.
Just chuck a bit of stock
Chicken.
in there. Beautiful.
A little bit
stock.
of lemon zest.
Yeah, bit of cracked pepper,
That's right.
bit of Hoytey J juice.
G'day, fellas. Daryl here
Halligan,
from Waiuku.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
he did move to Waiuku, yeah.
So last night, Daryl had 3 darts, a bacon Sammy, and some Mount Gay whiskey. Well, it's actually rum.
Just have the rest of the packet of darts and the rest of the bottle of rum.
Well, I was going to say, I don't envisage any leftovers there for any of it.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to. We can't just. That's the segment won't work if
But he could have the leftovers of the packet of cigarettes, because he said he had 3, right?
he had 3.
So he's got 17 left. And how much of that bottle of rum?
He doesn't say. He
Yeah.
said some. So he's just having some.
Okay, he can have some more.
He sounds like the sort of guy that would drink the whole bottle of rum, personally.
Based off one text.
Yes.
Yeah. Daryl Halligan, though. Shocker.
Yeah.
Does he live in Aussie? G'day, fellas.
Who was that?
This is from Alba.
Oh.
Idris.
Nice. Idris Elba. Chili margaritas. Curry with chili margaritas last night. What can they do with that?
Chicken soup.
You can't just make chicken soup as the leftover from every meal.
Well, it depends what kind of curry it was.
was a
maybe.
vindaloo.
Was it chicken curry?
There was a
If it was
beef
chicken
vindaloo?
curry,
There was a
yeah.
beef vindaloo.
That makes it harder, for
And then
sure.
A beef soup.
Yeah. Beef soup is so good.
Is
Just
this
chuck a bit of beef
Especially
stock
in
in it.
autumn. A little bit of beef stock, a little bit of lemon zest, a little bit of chili margarita.
beef?
No.
This segment can't just be you guys suggesting soups out of every single text that came through last night.
Soups are delicious, Keyzie.
I
Don't you
love
like
soup.
soup?
No, we just need a bit of variety. All right, what about this? G'day, for dinner
Soup.
last night, this is from Samantha.
Oh, Samantha Fox.
Hayes.
Page 3 pinup.
Samantha Fox, page 3 pinup. Sorry, Jase.
Remember her, Jase?
I do.
For dinner, crayfish and blue cod pot pie.
Oh,
Fishing out Kaikoura. Cheers.
You know what they should do with that? A chowder.
nice.
That's just another type of soup, Jase.
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie.
Faith no more there on the Radio Hauraki Big Show this Thursday evening. Now, we're going to get back to our movie chat, the Empire's Top 100 fellas.
Sorry, just before you do, Jase, just a tip for you. When you're coming back from a song...
tit?
Well, you can, yeah, not from me. But when you're coming back and the singing at the end... The audience love it if you sing over the top of it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
They absolutely love it.
Yeah,
So
totally.
just remember to do that.
Especially when it sounds so good. But where are we up to? I think 65 we've got down to, fellas. Is that right?
We're now on the final 30, Jase, if you can believe it,
30.
mate. Can you believe it? So this has all come from old Keyzie over here. He hasn't seen any movies. He's always watching the telly.
Yes.
To his credit, he's always watching the telly, but he's only ever watching House Porn or Country Calendar.
Country Calendar, Grand Designs, NRL, playing PlayStation.
That's it. It's amazing. Like, really, What's incredible about this, Keyzie, is you've seen, 16 out of the 70 that we've talked about so
17,
far.
yep.
And you would almost think that you would have accidentally seen about 30 of the 70.
I agree.
But it's like you've gone out of your way not to watch any of these classic
I
films.
think when I was a kid and a lot of these things were coming out, I just liked watching the same stuff I already liked. I just watched that again.
Yeah, because you used to get frightened and stuff.
Yeah,
Jase.
Jase, totally. And I had asthma. All right, shall we do
Speaking of which, I watched Predator this morning.
Oh, did you?
The old Arnie
I do.
Schwarzenegger's good,
Great
man.
film.
Great film. Anyway, let's get into it.
Here we go. At number 30 is Heat. Michael Mann directed, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer, John Voight, out the gate.
You said it was one of your favourite movies.
Top 10 film.
Based on that novel.
He's written a novel which the sequel is going to be based on,
right.
and he is currently shooting that with Adam Driver in it.
Right.
A prequel.
Watched that just recently on your recommendation, I believe.
Magnificent film. Keyzie?
So I haven't seen it, but Heat is at the top of my list to watch next
Right.
time I get a chance.
Right.
The mood is right.
Oh, how good. Sometime...
But the thing is, it has to be just me at home alone. My wife's out with her mates.
And the mood's got to be right.
The mood's got to be right. There's not NRL on,
Yeah.
and I don't feel like playing PlayStation instead.
So, for example, today, what did you do?
Today I woke up, did some admin, filmed some social media stuff, folded some washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch a movie during the day.
Are you not?
Nah, shit, no.
Oh, yeah. I'll
At
be
night.
watching movies. Yeah, absolutely, during the day. Number 29, Apocalypse Now.
No.
You haven't seen that one?
That's the one. Is that the one about Vietnam?
That's the one about Vietnam. That's right. It's got Marlon Brando in it, Martin Sheen. Quite a good cast, actually, isn't it?
It is a good cast.
And a very, very good film. Look, harrowing thing to make from the looks of it.
Yes.
They did a really good making of documentary as well.
Is it like Saving Private Ryan, which I watched recently for the
No,
first
it's
time?
a bit more.
It's weirder than that.
Yeah, it's a bit more hallucinogenic.
Would you say it's very much of its time? It certainly
was.
has that 70s vibe
Yes.
about it.
I was in Vietnam just recently, and
Jason, we don't have time for an anecdote from Vietnam, man.
Number 28, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Oh,
now,
Sean
this is the
Connery?
one with Sean Connery.
How
yeah.
good.
Bloody
How
good.
good. Love this movie. This is my favourite of the three, actually.
Right, so
I
you've
hate
seen
those
it.
movies, but I have
Do you
seen
really?
it. Yeah, I'm not a big fan
See,
of them.
while everyone was watching The Matrix and stuff like that, I was just watching Indiana Jones again.
What
Right.
a dweeb.
For some reason, I just love indie back when I was a bit younger. Have seen it.
Number 27, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
Have seen it. Only
Yes.
once. Need
Here
to
we
watch
go.
it again.
Well, that's good from you, Keys. You're doing well here, brother.
Is that 5?
No.
One
Number
more.
26, Die Hard.
Never seen it.
Jeez,
I need to watch Die Hard, right? Everyone's like, you'll love it.
Put
You will.
put that at the top of the list
Die
before
Hard?
Heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I keep trying to convince my wife to watch it by saying it's a Christmas movie
Yeah.
because she loves Christmas.
Oh.
Do you reckon she'd like it? Is it too gruesome? Or
She
is it...
doesn't like anything.
No.
I
No,
don't even think.
Keyzie.
I don't even think she wants a TV in the house.
No, she doesn't. She says it takes like a big black hole on the wall when it's off.
Yeah.
But is the action in Die Hard like gruesome?
No.
Or is it just
Not
like it's just an
particularly.
action flick?
It's
Maybe-
Bruce Willis
You know.
at his best.
Yeah, maybe she will like it. We'll check it out. What's it called?
The Hauraki Big Show with Jason Hoyte, Mike Minogue, and Keyzie. One small step for man, one giant leap backwards for mankind. Join Jerry, Mania, and ACC head G Lane for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour.
Yes, indeed. It's a final one, fellas. Your
Yeah.
final chance to get in the draw. And the lucky bastard
Lucky
today is Trevor. G'day, Trevor. How's life?
Bloody marvellous to be on the phone with you, boys.
Oh,
yeah, good
reckon.
on you, mate.
Good as gold, mate.
How good.
Hey, tell me, Trevor, what do you do for a crust?
Yeah, I'm a customs broker. I clear imports for people.
Ah,
How good.
I want you to know, Trevor, that I didn't bring back 2 cartons of durries from the old Vietnam there, mate. That didn't happen, all right?
No smuggling going on there.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, actually, one thing I have noticed, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, customs in New Zealand, bloody lovely people.
Yeah.
Customs in Australia, jeez Louise.
Oh.
They are full on and in your face, man. I couldn't believe it.
Out the gate. Out the gate.
I'm hoping the Texans are going to be better.
Yeah, well, actually, she's pretty full on over in the States. Anyway, tell me, Trevor, can you hold your ground with these no-gooders?
I reckon I could. I reckon I could hold my ground and maybe show them a thing or two.
Yeah, good. That's what I
reckon
want,
you
Trev.
could, man.
Hey,
Good stuff.
Trev, just before we put you in the draw, man, if you were sort of working at customs there and you saw Hoytey J coming through from Vietnam, would you let him through or would you give him a full-blown, CN2?
Oh, I'd give him a bit of a tease.
Bit of a tease.
I don't mind a bit of a tease,
Bit of
Trevor.
a tickle up, man.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of a tease, mate. Like, as long as you don't take me into another room or anything like that, it'll be sweet as.
Bit of a tease and let you go on your way.
Yeah, good
good
on
on
you,
you,
mate.
Trev. What a
Stay
backbone.
on the line there, mate, and our good mate Pugsan will look after you. And that's genuine, actually. I did actually find that New Zealand Customs are bloody great. They're
Right.
so friendly and nice. Every time I go to Australia, it's always a bit full on.
When did you last see New Zealand Customs?
Oh, about 4 days ago,
Oh, yeah.
5 days ago.
Where'd you be?
Where have you been?
I've been to Vietnam.
Jeez,
did you,
bang on,
did
man.
you fellas not know
Jeez,
about
bang
that?
on.
You've been to Vietnam?
Oh, yeah, man.
Wow.
Had to go through customs, Keyzie.
So cool. Hey, everyone that is in the draw for that, make sure you're listening to the Hauraki Breakfast Show tomorrow morning. Have your phone on, and you could be joining Jerry, Mania, and G Lane in Texas, all thanks to Export Ultra.
The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
Well, there you go, you mad bastards. That's your Thursday show done and dusted.
Mike, can you pull
now,
it together, mate?
Listen, check out the podcast, check out the Instagram account. What did you learn today, Mogi?
I learned that Ben Elton, comedy legend, is an absolute backbone. Lovely fella.
He is.
Nice man.
Very humble fella.
Very humble fella.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. What did you learn, Keyzie?
I learned what the J in Hoytey J stands for,
Yeah.
and I'm blown away. I thought it was Jace.
Yes. A lot of
Turns-
people do.
It's not, and if you want to know as well, listen to the podcast out at 7:30 tonight.
Great stuff, mate.
What did you learn there, Hoytey J?
Well, what I learned was it doesn't matter what your leftovers are, you can make a soup out
Oh,
of
of course you can. Of course you can. And not only can you make soup, you can make great content out of it.
Yeah, totally, man.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, it was really good.
Hey, now, fellas, do we have any idea what we want for our throbber tomorrow, our theme?
Vietnam.
Vietnam theme.
Yeah.
What are we going to choose for that?
Oh, it's tricky.
No, I know.
It's tricky.
No, I know. Okay, yeah,
Well,
Vietnam theme.
I feel like I have a bit of an advantage there because I don't know if you guys know this. I've just come back from Vietnam.
Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of movies that were set in Vietnam, so there's a lot of film soundtracks.
Yes.
I've
So
already
there's a
got one.
soundtrack for Tour of Duty, there's a soundtrack for Good Morning Vietnam, Apocalypse Now, Full Metal Jacket. There's heaps.
Yeah. I've already got one in my mind.
Yeah, you got Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Some folks are born. Nah, I'm not, but that's a tune as well.
I'm just
Good
wondering if I
stuff.
can get Rage Against the Machine in there.
Hey, now listen, make sure you tune into tomorrow's show. It'll be the first throbber in a while. Oh, no, you guys did the throbber while I was away, and Pugs
We did
took it out.
two a week while you were gone.
And Pugs dominated by the sounds of it.
He always dominates.
Yeah,
He's the
good stuff.
dominator.
He is a dominator.
The
of a
dominatrix.
sex machine. Hey, but make sure you tune in tomorrow. Until then, see you later.
Bye.